Hello, this is Ginny Brant with Unleash Your God-Given Healing. Today we're going to look at a very important question many people are asking. Do EMFs affect our health? It's important that we know the answer to this question. You see, human-made electromagnetic fields, or EMFs, are a relatively new technology which may pose some health concerns. Since electricity and electric lights were first introduced into our homes, our exposure to EMFs has dramatically increased. I think we'd all agree that the comforts of electricity are absolutely amazing. Just go through a power outage for a week as we did with Hurricane Helene 3 or 4 months ago, and our lives become paralyzed and extremely uncomfortable. A life without air conditioning is just unbearable. 20th century appliances such as refrigerators, toasters, microwaves, dishwashers, vacuum cleaners, washers, dryers, cordless phones, and televisions all create EMFs. Oh, and let me add my new grain mill and Bosch mixer that I got for Christmas. In recent years, we've all become dependent upon new technologies, such as cell phones, computers, and Wi-Fi, which all add to the pot. Why most businesses can't even operate without these new technologies. But all of these do involve energy fields. So what does this have to do with your health? First of all, electrical currents are part of the human body's functioning. For example, an entire network of nerves is constantly relaying signals to the brain and back again in the form of electrical impulses. Also, nearly all of the body's billions of cells generate electricity through the movement and rearrangement of charged particles. And these electrical currents allow the heart muscle to contract at just the right time. Any disruption in these electrical activities can lead to issues. Yes, our bodies have an electric field. It's part of the way that God made us. Given the presence of cell phones and Wi-Fi signals in our culture, which continue to increase, some healthcare professionals are now becoming concerned about the impact of electromagnetic radiation and how it affects our bodies and our health. Many believe that when human-made energy fields react with the electrical impulses in the human body, the body can become confused and trigger a fight or flight response. When the body is constantly in fight or flight mode, the result is exhaustion, which can weaken or compromise our God-given immune systems. I never thought about this until my cancer journey. I'll admit that both my husband and I wondered about the impact of Wi-Fi signals and cell phone EMFs, but since it's not something you can see, taste, hear, or smell like a cigarette smoke, we simply ignored it. But as I continue to learn more about it, my husband and I are both paying attention and putting a plan in place to reduce EMFs in our lives. You see, I now call EMFs the invisible toxin because their invisibility causes us to dismiss them as harmless, when the research some scientists have done say otherwise. And more research certainly needs to be done. In an interview I did with Alfred Hanser of Geo Wellness, he compared the body's constant bombardment by EMFs to a boxer in a prize fight. You see, it's one thing to get hit occasionally, he said, but when you are repeatedly hit night and day, it's hard for your body to recover. So let's be honest, we can't live without these technologies, but we must use common sense to protect our immune systems from being constantly pummeled like a boxer in the boxing ring. There's no way we can move off the grid easily unless you want to live caged in a Faraday box. However, we must realize that radiation, even in the form of cell phones and Wi-Fi, may gradually wreak havoc with our immune systems and our health. Alfred Hanser also told me that scientists used to think that as long as the radiation was not heating and met certain IEEE standards, we would be safe. But today, we are beginning to connect years of cell phone use to brain tumors, breast cancer, and reproductive issues, which I will address in another video. I was constantly bewildered by what political strategist Lee Atwater said to my father, Harry Dent, right before he died of a massive brain tumor. Harry, he said, I just can't help but wonder if there's a connection between the fact that my brain tumor is right below the place where I held my cell phone constantly. And no one used his cell phone 24/7 as did Lee Atwater. This is something I never forgot. As a result, I've never held a cell phone right next to my head. So what is the connection between increased EMFs and our health? Now, for some people, it might be small. But for some who are EMF sensitive, the effects may be more. Did you know that in Europe, EMF sensitivity is a category that can classify a person as being disabled? Now, even though big technology rules in our country and we're all loving it and dependent upon it, I think you'll agree with me that more research must be done to assure our health is not compromised. So join me in the next few weeks as we look at EMFs, other ways they might be affecting our health, and what we can do to lessen their effects and to lessen their effects, especially on our health. I hope this information has alerted you to some important things we all need to be aware of. I hope that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and share it, share it, share it. Until next time, here's to your good health and hopefully less EMFs in your life. And may God bless.